Ruth Maria and welcome to SG Global News. From US President Donald Trump appointing a 13-year-old cancer survivor as an honorary Secret Service agent to the mysterious appearance of tiny Jesus figurines in odd places within the US Capitol building, we have many stories to cover. For DJ Daniel, this was a dream come true, a young boy who has aspired to become a police officer since childhood. Daniel was appointed as an honorary US Secret Service agent during President Trump's first joint address to Congress. Diagnosed with brain cancer in 2018 and given just 5 months to live, he has defied all odds, continuing to fight with remarkable determination.
The House chamber of the US Capitol was filled to capacity as senators, representatives, Supreme Court justices, secretaries of major federal departments, top military officials, and members of the diplomatic corps gathered to attend President Trump's first joint address to Congress. Amidst all the dignitaries sat a young boy, about 13, garbed in a Houston police uniform. There was a firm resolve in his eyes, a determination that nothing could shake. After the 1-hour mark, the president introduced him to those in attendance. His name was DJ Daniel. Daniel was diagnosed with cancer in 2018 and the doctors gave him 5 months at most to live. As the president recounted his story, the entire gallery stood up and burst into applause. Daniel aspires to become a police officer and has been named an honorary police officer several times. But the president had invited him to the House chamber to bestow upon him the biggest honor of them all. 13-year-old Daniel was made an agent of the United States Secret Service. As Trump's new Secret Service director, Sean Curran, handed him his official badge, the young boy embraced him in a tight hug. President Trump told Congress that Daniel's doctors suspect his cancer was caused due to exposure to harmful chemicals when he was young. He noted that the rates of cancer have increased by more than 40% since 1975 and stated that reversing this trend was one of the top priorities of the administration, a vision shared by the new Secretary of Health and Human Services, Robert F. Kennedy Jr. In a video posted on the official X page of the White House, DJ Daniel, who has been sworn in as an honorary officer over 900 times, talked about his bout with cancer. He has had 13 brain surgeries, which altered his personality almost as many times. This young man spoke with determination rarely displayed by 13-year-olds and said that he will keep on going until God calls him home.
Pope Francis' health remains stable as he continues his 19th day of hospitalization. The Vatican report that, while he is alert and cooperative, doctors have planned to place him on non-invasive mechanical ventilation overnight as a precaution. The Holy Father reportedly alternates between rest and prayer as he battles his illness.
The Vatican has reported that Pope Francis's clinical condition remains stable throughout the 19th day of his hospitalization. After experiencing 2 episodes of acute respiratory distress on March 3rd, the 19th day passed without any further health scares. The Pope has not recorded a fever and remains alert, cooperative, and oriented. Doctors continue to administer high-flow oxygen therapy, and he has undergone respiratory physiotherapy. According to the Vatican, the medical team has planned to place the Holy Father on non-invasive mechanical ventilation overnight. Throughout the day, Pope Francis alternated between prayer and rest. Sustained by the Holy Eucharist and the prayers of millions of faithful, he continues his determined fight against his illness.
Cardinal Stephen Chow has overcome with emotion and teared up while praying for Pope Francis' health. The Mass, held on February 25 at the Basilica of Our Lady of Xishan, was part of Chow's visit to Shanghai, where he and Bishop Joseph Shenbin of Shanghai prayed for the Pope. Cardinal Stephen Chow, the Jesuit Bishop of Hong Kong, was moved to tears as he and Bishop Joseph Shenbin of Shanghai led prayers for Pope Francis at the Basilica of Our Lady of Xishan, one of China's most important Catholic pilgrimage sites. During a Mass at the Marian Shrine, the 2 bishops recited the prayer to Our Lady of Xishan together, asking for the health of the 88-year-old Pope. The Holy Father, who is currently fighting pneumonia, have been receiving treatment in Gemelli Hospital Chapel since February 14. This Mass was held on February 25 as part of Cardinal Chow's 5-day visit to Shanghai with a delegation from Hong Kong. Cardinal Chow shared with the Sunday Examiner, the official newspaper of the Diocese of Hong Kong, that he was deeply touched and found himself in tears during the prayer. The Basilica of Our Lady of Xishan holds profound significance for Chinese Catholics. Pope Francis has long expressed a personal devotion to Our Lady of Xishan, keeping a statue of the Marian figure in his residence at the Vatican. Bishop Shen Bin, who led the Mass alongside Chow, has gathered attention in recent years due to his appointment, which contradicted the Vatican-China agreement. Pope Francis later confirmed Shen Bin's appointment with an intention of fostering unity within the Shanghai Diocese. In his first address to the US Congress after returning to the White House, President Trump touched on various policies he had implemented in his first weeks in office and outlined the direction in which he would steer the country for the remainder of his second term. As usual in his speeches, President Trump reiterated his previous stances on gender-related topics and reflected on the issues of tariffs and legislation banning AI-generated deepfake images.
6 weeks ago, I stood beneath the dome of this Capitol and proclaimed the dawn of the golden age of America. From that moment on, it has been nothing but swift and unrelenting action to usher in the greatest and most successful era in the history of our country.
In his first address to Congress after returning to the White House for a second term, President Donald Trump outlined the radical measures he had implemented to reshape U.S. domestic and foreign policy within just 6 weeks. He also provided insight into how he planned to steer the country for the remainder of his presidency. President Trump began his address after chants of USA, USA, USA from Republican congressmen had died down. He focused first on the issue of tariffs, explaining that the recently imposed measures would provide significant relief to the country's manufacturing sector. He then detailed his plan to combat what he called the inflation nightmare, which in his words had given sleepless nights to thousands of Americans. In particular, he highlighted the rising costs of eggs and energy. The president then criticized the Biden administration for its failure to control inflation, arguing that its economic policies had pushed millions of Americans to the brink of bankruptcy. He declared that his administration's top priority was to rescue the economy and provide immediate relief to the working class. In the latter half of his speech, President Trump reiterated his call to acquire Greenland and urged the territory's officials to consider joining the United States. He assured the people of Greenland that under U.S. governance, their land would be both safe and prosperous. After outlining his vision for Greenland, President Trump turned to Elon Musk and gave a loud shout-out to the head of the newly formed Department of Government Efficiency. He provided a brief overview of Musk's contributions to reducing inflation and cutting government spending. Trump then shifted focus to DEI policies, emphasizing his administration's decision to scrap such measures in federal departments. He also reaffirmed his stance that there would be only 2 recognized genders in the United States and warned educational institutions that allowing male athletes to compete in female sports would result in the loss of federal funding. Trump then ended the speech by showering praises on his wife Melania, advocating a bill that criminalizes online posting of intimate images, real or altered, at the federal level.
The presidency of the Commission of the Bishops' Conference of the European Union has issued a statement emphasizing that Ukraine's fight will be crucial in determining the future of both Europe and the world. It highlights the importance of maintaining support for Ukraine and its people. Amid deepening geopolitical complexities and uncertainties surrounding peace in Ukraine, the presidency of the Commission of the Bishops' Conference of the European Union expressed their closeness and solidarity with the people of Ukraine. In a statement issued on Tuesday, March 4, 2025, the European Catholic bishops said that the outcome of Ukraine's struggle for peace and the defense of its territorial integrity will also be decisive for the fate of the entire European continent. The prelates called Russia's invasion of Ukraine a blatant violation of international law and urged the European Union and its member states to remain united in their commitment to supporting Ukraine. The bishops noted that the lasting peace in Ukraine can only be achieved through negotiations and that any credible and sincere dialogue must involve Ukraine, the victim of aggression. The bishops added that the international community should continue to assist Ukraine in reconstructing the destroyed infrastructure. They also called on the European Union to advance Ukraine's integration into it in a timely and fair manner. The bishops concluded the statement by entrusting Ukraine and Europe to the Lord Jesus Christ. The statement of the European bishops come in the wake of the tense meeting between US President Donald Trump and President of Ukraine Volodymyr Zelensky on February 28. During the meeting, Trump and Vice President J.D. Vance reprimanded Zelensky for his alleged refusal to cooperate in ending the war. On Tuesday, March 4, the Trump administration put a temporary pause on all military aid to Ukraine. Catholic clergy in Nigeria continue to face grave threats, with kidnappings posing as an increasing danger to both their lives and property. On Sunday, March 2nd, armed men abducted Father Philip Ekeli and seminarian Peter Andrew from St. Peter's Catholic Church in Etsako East District, Edo State. Despite intervention by security guards, the kidnappers managed to take them. Authorities have since arrested 4 suspects and killed one assailant in a shootout, while security forces continue efforts to secure the victims' release.
A Catholic priest and a seminarian were kidnapped in Nigeria last Sunday. Father Philip Ekeli and Peter Andrew were captured by armed men from St. Peter's Catholic Church in Etsako East District, Edo State of southern Nigeria on March 2nd at 11:30 p.m. Despite intervention by the security guards, the 2 men were kidnapped. The Chief Superintendent of Police, Moses Yamo, said that the police responded swiftly and arrested 4 kidnappers. However, one of the assailants was killed during the shootout. He also stated that the anti-kidnapping unit and police mobile force were working alongside the military to secure the victims' unconditional release and to capture the remaining abductors. Meanwhile, according to agency affidavits, Father Matthew David Dutsemi of the Diocese of Yola and Father Abraham Saumam of the Diocese of Jalingo, who were kidnapped on February 22nd, are yet to be found.
Tiny Jesus figurines have made their way to the US Capitol as part of a TikTok trend. A mysterious figure is placing these miniature statues around the Capitol, while their identity remains unknown. But the message is clear. The presence of Jesus serves as a reminder, and everyone needs a little Jesus. The US Capitol building has been experiencing an unusual sight as tiny Jesus figurines have been appearing in various corridors and offices, capturing the attention of both congregational staff and visitors. These miniature statues, often found in unexpected places, have sparked curiosity and some intrigue among those working in the halls of Congress. Images shared by the congregational aides on social media platforms like X show some of the figurines perched on marble columns in Statuary Hall and propped up on a pillar just outside the Speaker of the House's office. It seems that whoever is responsible for this unusual act is participating in the mini Jesus figure trend, which has gained traction on TikTok. The trend, which encourages users to buy and place these tiny statues in public spaces, have become increasingly popular. TikTok's platform now even sells packs of up to 100 miniature Jesus figurines through its TikTok shop, with many Christian users promoting this idea. Participants are encouraged to leave the figurines in places like stores, hospitals, gas stations, or any other public spots they frequent. Videos of individuals placing these figurines, often accompanied by the hashtag Jesus loves you and spreading the love, have flooded the social media. While the identity of those leaving the figurines around the Capitol remains a mystery, their message is clear. The presence of Jesus is a reminder that everyone needs a little Jesus. Despite the ongoing mystery surrounding the person or group behind the figurine placement, one thing is certain: the movement seems determined to keep a little bit of Jesus in the Capitol. That's all for today. Until we meet again, God bless and thank you.